All right, my friends, welcome to another episode, a shiny new episode of the Daily Bravo Digest. I'm your host, Georgio. It's Monday. We had a time change. We are springing forward. So now it won't be pitch dark at 5 o'clock, and I'll possibly want to be more social. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. First, we're going to discuss The Valley because they gave us a new trailer today and it is very spicy and I am definitely watching. We're going to break that down quickly for you. We also need to talk about Dorit and this new possible new job working for E! News, maybe possibly rebooting the Fashion Police. And then we have Miss Sutton Strack, who is clearing up what exactly happened to her at the season 13 filming of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. As we see in the trailer, she does look pretty shaken up, and there even is a medic, but she is breaking down what really went on. All that and a little bit more on today's Daily Bravo Digest. Let's dig right in. Welcome to the Daily Bravo Digest, where I, Georgio Takanakis, from Georgio Says, takes you through today's top Bravo celebrity stories, and I give you a quick synopsis so you don't have to go searching for the information yourself. So let's dive into today's hot topics. All right, my friends. So if you were living under a rock, then you missed that it was Oscars Sunday last night. Yes. All the stars, all the Bravo Lebs, all the influencers, anyone you could think of that has a little bit of notoriety was at the Oscars. So, but we're not here to talk about all of those people. We are here to talk about Sutton Strack. Yes, she recently was speaking to Page Six, and we had heard when they filmed the reunion that there was some sort of medical emergency with Sutton, and she had to go to the ER, and that Garcelle went with her. So there was some, I guess it was the segment they were in the middle of, they could not actually get through, so there was no resolve there. But nonetheless, there was a lot of speculation as to what caused her medical emergency, what actually happened to her. But Sutton is setting the story straight. She did talk to Page Six, and she did clarify that, she had been working a lot leading up to the reunion, and she definitely was back and forth flying from LA to New York, really digging into her business. But unfortunately, all of that really kind of exhausted her. So she really was suffering from exhaustion and dehydration, which I kind of figured, and I need to go back because I need to see what episode it was. But I did mention I thought it had probably something to do with either her being dehydrated or exhausted. Which is pretty serious, and we all need to listen to our bodies there, because you think you are good and then your body will say otherwise. So glad that Sutton is okay, and glad that Garcelle is actually her best friend, because only a best friend would sit with you all night at an ER, okay? All right, so this next story was actually, it kind of like was a light bulb moment for me when I was watching, because if you watched last night, E! News always does commentary on the fashion, past, present, all of that fun stuff. And Dorit not only went to the Oscars, but she actually was there working, because she actually got to sit on the panel with Justin Sylvester and dish on all the Oscar looks. She even got to talk about some of her past looks as she's worn to the event. But while I was watching, I was like, wow, this is actually the most perfect segue for Dorit, because as we know, she's not been giving us anything the last few seasons. Not even the robbery would hold her over as long as maybe we all thought it would, because it really got old very quickly. Nonetheless, there's no storyline. We're not sure what's going on in her marriage. It's a dud. But this last night was excellent. I think this is right up Dorit's alley. She is fashion, fashion, fashion. I could totally see her transitioning to become a commentator for Fashion Police. Maybe they should even reboot Fashion Police. I'm here for it. All right, we need to jump right into this story. It's not really a story, but it really did get me excited to watch this new show. I'm always a little hesitant when there's a new show, let alone something that's spinning off of another show that currently is dying. However, we did get a first look at what The Valley was going to be about. This is the show with Jax and Brittany and Kristen Doute. But today they dropped a new trailer on us, which would explain the whole publicity around Jax and Brittany's separation. It makes a whole lot of sense because in this trailer, you get to see that there's issues in their marriage, but not just theirs. It seems like every couple in that group hates each other from watching this new trailer, you guys. But Kristen Doute is a rock star through and through because it seems like they're trying to paint her out to be the bad guy on this show too. And she even said, I didn't sign up for this. I would have rather gone on and been on Vanderpump Rules if that's the way I was going to be treated on this new show. So I'm definitely going to be sat for this one because, look, I'm always a sucker for a good trailer. And I have to say, that was a good trailer. I almost feel like they should have led with that trailer. It probably would have gotten a lot more gusto of interaction from people wanting to maybe see what the show was about. But nonetheless, we have it now. We know what it's going to be about. It's clear that Jax and Brittany are going to be the center of the show. I can't wait. It's in 1 week. So you guys let me know if you're going to be watching The Valley when it premieres. And right when I close out here, I just want to point out that right before I was coming on to film this, I saw that Portia did make a post, a cryptic post on Instagram. And it said, if you don't stop spreading lies, I'm going to speak my truth. Now, we know that she's back filming with Atlanta, so I'm not sure what this means. Does she mean she's going to speak her truth on the gram, on the show? I'm assuming she's talking about Simon, but nonetheless, Godspeed, Portia Williams, because we need a really good season, and I'm counting on you. We're all counting on you, Portia. And lastly, before I end this episode, I just want to point out that Candiace Dillard Bassett's triangle made an appearance at the 2024 Oscars. Yes, Candiace was so gracious that she lent her triangle to the designer to make Kim Kardashian's dress. Yes, and it looked fantastic on Kim. So shout out to Candiace Dillard for inspiring fashion with her triangle. Well, that's all the stories I have for you guys on this beautiful Monday. But don't worry, I'll be back tomorrow with an all-new episode of the Daily Bravo Digest. So until the next episode, you guys, I will talk to you on the next one. Bye!